What's up everyone, John from Beyond ARTV. Welcome back to my series 7 on Sunday. I hope you enjoyed all the year-end countdowns. We are back to regular format now. If you missed out on any of those videos, please just search up on my channel year-end countdowns and you will see everything that your eyes have missed. Today on SOS, I'm going to be talking about powerful ballads that are just going to knock you back. They might take the wind out of you, and some of these you're probably already familiar with, but it's always great to reflect. It's right around the new year. Things are changing, things are coming, things are going, and here we've got some classic ballads. Whether they be old or new, they're staples in the ballad community. And you're wondering, what exactly is a ballad? Well, a ballad really isn't always what you think it is. You think of a slow, piano-driven song, or you think of something from the 80s like Every Rose Has Its Thorn. No, that's not on this list. That's just an example. It's an idea of what you might have a preconceived notion, but really, a ballad is just something that tells a story, in the form of music here, a musical ballad. It's a term that's been around for quite a while, since poets have used it decades, centuries, long ago, but now it's a term that I do feel like gets thrown around too much, and it's something that I myself have had to research over time because I just wasn't sure what qualified something to be a ballad. So today, we're not going super outside the box. We're going to be looking at ones that are known to be ballads, at least for the most part. So I hope you will enjoy the video. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video, and let's get into it with my number 7 pick.
Riding alone on the 405, and life's so fragile, it's like I could cry if that's the last time I'd see you again. But I'll never tell you just how I felt. You might just not care, and it might just not help.
For the most part, when I listened through 2015's album Revival by Selena Gomez, I was not that impressed. There were some good pop songs on there, but once I got to Camouflage, I was kind of stunned because I just did not see this coming. It slapped me upside the head, and here I am, still playing it years later. It's saved in my songs playlist on Spotify, and that's rare for something to stay in over 2 years. This is a song that builds up slowly. It never really fully takes off. It's not meant to. It reminds me a lot of the song by Anna Nalick, Breathe 2 AM, which is a fascinating tune, one that I hold near and dear to my childhood, and it's a good comparison to make here. On Camouflage, Selena tells us of this tale of love and loss, and kind of moving on, getting unfamiliar with someone but reconnecting, and just that feeling of lingering and saying, I would stay, but I've got to get out of here. I've got to catch my cab. I've got to get my car. I've got to go. I have to be somewhere. But you're thinking about that person still, and it floats around your head, and it kind of fucks with you in a way. And I like the way that she's able to convey this via ballad. And this is just a slow, piano-driven song, a little bit of programming in the background, a few things like, you notice that slide effect on Sign of the Times by Harry Styles. I notice a little bit of that going on, kind of that slow takeoff that sounds almost like a rocket in the distance, and I like that. It elevates things just a hair in the background, but it's done perfectly. This song is well executed, and it's the most emotion I've ever felt while listening to a Selena Gomez tune. We've got a classic here, all the way back to 1986. We've got pretty much a one-hit wonder. It's Cutting Crew with their track, I Just Died in Your Arms. It's a song about sex, about orgasming, about coming. That's what it's about. I just died in your arms. That's what it means. In French, it's actually a term that they use for like orgasming. So it's something that's maybe, if you're listening to it here in the United States, you never thought about it before. I know most people probably do know the meaning behind it, but for those who don't, sorry for maybe perhaps ruining the song for you, and hopefully your parents aren't watching with you. The driving forlorn guitar on this one is so 80s-esque, but I love it. The synthesizers that are just kind of chirping the whole time. I imagine myself playing it almost every time I'm air synthing. Then we get those super dramatic vocals. I just died in your arms tonight. He goes on from that stirring chorus to talk about basically how an ex-girlfriend is involved. Maybe they're sleeping together, there's feelings, and the story kind of unfolds a little bit more. And we see that this wasn't just good sex that he's happy about. We see that maybe there's a bit more to this complicated triangle and story or whatever the hell is going on.
I never dreamed that I'd meet somebody like you, and I never dreamed that I'd lose somebody like you. No, I don't wanna fall in love.
Number 5, Chris Isaak, Wicked Game. This is something that I only know because Wolf Alice covered it. I'm not afraid to admit that, but I went back, checked out the original, and I do love this version as well. Obviously here we have a male voice, and with Wolf Alice we have a female voice, and I will say that I prefer Wolf Alice's version. They performed a live cover at the iTunes Festival a couple of years back, and it's one of the best covers that I have ever heard. In fact, it was like number 1 on my covers playlist that I did, I think. So it's something that I do enjoy, but I go back to the original, and I like this kind of more toned back and laid back feel that I get from the original, because you can see how cruel love has treated this person and how they feel betrayed. And what a wicked game to play. All the way that these lyrics roll out, it's all really, really entertaining, and you feel like you're almost watching a soap opera or something, except not excessively dramatic, and it's a really well done song in general. I love that kind of sly guitar tone in the background, and the additional production. Everything comes together and just makes this an ace ballad.
But when the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look and you will see that I will be your remedy.
Oddly enough, we have another song from 2015 right around the same time as that Selena Gomez song we already talked about. We have a track from Adele's 25, a multi-million selling album, and this track is called Remedy. And it's a beautiful piano ballad. This song is very overlooked, and the way that Adele's voice just roars to life commands every part of this song. It's all-encompassing. You cannot deny this. And when the dark takes you from me, she starts to howl on this one. And everything is separating her from this person. She needs to be there. I will be the fix, she says. Let me be the remedy. And the piano breakdown on this, it's just gorgeous. I can't not listen to this song and say, look at that damn piano. It's just a thing of beauty. The best part about this song is that it feels like it's coming straight from the heart. That's exactly where you need a piano ballad to come from, especially if you're really truly going to be engaged with it, truly believe it. I believe this song 100% because it comes across with that genuine passion, and that voice just has that charisma and charm to it. Adele, say what you will, overrated, overexposed. Look to a song like this and maybe think again. Take a look at some of her deep cuts and her ballads and see the talent. My number 3 pick on our list of ballads today is definitely one that is very emotional. It's off of the 2006 release, The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. It's the song I Don't Love You. This is one of my favorite songs, and it has stayed one of my favorites over the years because you can see the almost plea in the patient, aka the protagonist of our story in The Black Parade. If you're not familiar with the album, it's a rock opera, and it's one that plays out and follows the patient as he goes through his life after he's diagnosed with cancer. It's something where it's eating away at him, it's destroying his life, he's going to die and he knows that. And in I Don't Love You, he's coming to terms with the fact that his lover is going to leave. So during the chorus, he's already singing, "When you go, would you have the guts to say that I don't love you," like I did yesterday, basically saying that they're going to find some loophole, some way to get out that doesn't make them look like the bad guy perhaps, because obviously if somebody has cancer, you want to be there for them, but maybe if you're not together forever yet, you're not married, or you're not in a super committed relationship, if you've ever seen the movie 50-50, you know what I'm talking about with maybe somebody wanting to leave. And it's very tragic as we listen to this tale unfold. The guitars are great here. I love Gerard's voice, especially in the wow, wow, that whole section there. I always had a CD copy of it for the longest time that would skip right at that part, and it was so inconvenient. But I love this tale. I love this story. It's Heartbreaking all the same, but it's a very different song from My Chem because it starts off kind of explosive, but it almost sounds a bit cheery. But then you listen to the vocals and the lyrics and everything else just sounds kind of depressing as hell. Don't kid yourself, my number 2 pick is iconic at this point. Steven Tyler of Aerosmith's vocal performance is undeniable. It's something that pretty much everybody, I don't care if you're 13, I don't care if you're 73, you've probably heard this song, whether it be a movie trailer, a mashup, just the original song. Being an Aerosmith fan, I know you probably know this track. And it soars for a reason. It's actually been mashed up with a couple of other songs that I really like Boulevard of Broken Dreams. It sounds great in every scenario, and it adds a lot to movies that I've seen it used in, trailers, games, whatever it is. It's an epic, monumental tune that gets so big. Sing with me, sing through the years, and all the way that this song soars and roars home, it sticks in your mind, and it's one of those tracks that goes down as a classic for that reason. It starts off so simple, the pianos, the guitars, Steven Tyler's voice. It seems like it's just going to be a slow-moving track for a little bit, but you quickly learn that things are going to take off because the drums start to kick in, the vocals get a little bit more vivacious, and I love that color as it spreads. It's like, think of going from black and white to colored TV, and things just start to fill out everywhere. And that's what I feel like when Dream On just comes to life, especially in its final act.
Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you.
I might just be the number 1 fan of my number 1 pick today. It's Coldplay with Fix You from their 2005 release X and Y. Chris Martin wrote this song to comfort his now ex-wife Gwyneth Paltrow as she lost her father. And this track applies to so many other things, and it got me through some very hard times. I'm gonna be honest and level with you right there. It's something that I looked to as a teenager, and it picked me up. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need. All of these things that I felt like I could relate to, but there was an uplifting undertone there. And as he was talking to her specifically, I felt like he kind of talked to the world. This is another one of those songs that I feel like most people know, and whenever he starts to sing, tears stream down your face. It's something that nearly moves me every single time. Not to the point of tears necessarily, but inner turmoil and emotion as I think about this. And it's one of those songs that I respect so much from a songwriting point of view and from an outburst instrumental point of view, because I respect them as musicians so much as it takes off and this song goes to a totally different world and really pulls you into those feelings. It might not always get me to the point of tears or anything like that, but it's something where I just feel taken back, and I don't like to listen to it too often because I don't want to ruin its magnificence. I don't want to ruin its legacy by listening to it constantly. I just like to come back to it, remember it, and be in awe of a ballad like this. The story is fantastic. The momentum behind it, once you actually peel back and learn and discover what all this song is about, read along with the lyrics, study the instrumental, listen to that pumping bass and that guitar and the drums and the way that everything takes off and the breakdown. It's just something that I feel like every time the last part of that song comes on, I should be running full speed into a tunnel or up a mountain or something. It's epic on every level, and you'd be a fool not to check out this song if you've never heard it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of SOS about powerful ballads that I think everybody needs to know. Leave suggestions for future episodes of 7 on Sunday in the comments section down below. Upvote some of the ones that you like the most, and if you would, hit me up with a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, and pick yourself up some merch if you would like to support the channel. It's the second link in the description. Another way to support the channel is that Patreon page linked right there in the annotation. It supports me on a monthly basis if you are able to help out. If you would like to see last week's episode of 7 on Sunday, tap right over here, or see another recent video I did on the channel right over here. All of my socials are linked in the description down below, and other than that, I'll see you very soon right here on ARTV.